Leslie Van Houten was a member of the infamous Manson family in the late 1960s. She was convicted of participating in 2 murders connected to the group. Van Houten was born in 1948 in Los Angeles, California. She was raised in a non-religious family, with her mother as the dominant figure in her life. Van Houten's parents divorced when she was 14, and she turned to drugs and joined the counterculture scene as a teenager. After meeting Manson in 1967, she was quickly drawn to his message of a radically new society. She was loyal to Manson and accepted his violent ideas, often serving as a messenger for the group. She eventually went along with Manson's orders to commit the murders of Leno and Rosemary LaBianca in 1969. She also assisted in trying to cover up the crime, wiping fingerprints off of the walls and cleaning the knives used in the attack. After the murders, she was arrested along with other members of the Manson family. Van Houten went on trial and was found guilty even though she insisted she had nothing to do with the plan or execution of the murders. She was sentenced to death, but the sentence was commuted to life with the possibility of parole in 1978. Since then, she has applied for parole several times and has been denied each time. Her supporters argue that Van Houten has been rehabilitated and is no longer a danger to society. Leslie Van Houten's story is the focus of the 2019 movie, Once Upon a Time in Hollywood. The movie follows Van Houten's life and struggles, from her early days as a teenager to her time in prison. The movie portrays Van Houten's dedication to Manson's movement while simultaneously discussing the life of the Manson family. It also provides an in-depth look at how Van Houten has spent her life in prison, as well as her eventual struggle for parole. Once Upon a Time in Hollywood shows how Van Houten faced immense pressure during her time in prison and since then. The film showcases her attempts to rehabilitate herself, detailing her more recent life behind bars. Leslie Van Houten is one of the main characters of the movie, and her portrayal is sympathetic and nuanced. By showing her experiences in prison, her fear of parole, and her struggle to come to terms with what she did, the movie captures the complexity of her story. This complexity is what makes Van Houten's story so compelling and is one of the reasons the movie was so well received. Director Quentin Tarantino's take on the story of Leslie Van Houten is humanizing and sympathetic, yet doesn't shy away from the brutality of the Manson family. By focusing on her story, the film helps to create a complete picture of the Manson family and its victims. Through her story, the movie illustrates the paths so many people took that led them to join the Manson family. Of all the members of the Manson family, Leslie Van Houten was the only one to receive a life sentence for her part in the murders.